welcome to Detroit.
Thank you.
And what's it like to get to come out to the conventions, meet the fans, and connect with people?
It's great. I love people. I love learning their stories, what they're about, sharing in their memories, you know, why they love Buck Rogers or Silver Spoons, and to hear what they have to say. So it's a lot of fun. Because most of the time I'm sort of locked in my office, you know, and I don't get out that often. So it's kind of fun.
Right. Well, what kind of projects are you working on now, or what do you have coming up?
Actually, I just saw my last DVD, but anyway, it's called Dreams Awake. It's an independent film that I shot a couple years ago, and it just came out. So we won some awards. We won 2 awards at the Houston Film Festival, and the Silver Lay Award in Hawaii, and the #1 award at the Awareness Film Festival in LA. Again, it's called Dreams Awake, and kind of a very project that's very close to my heart. So that way. I also have a film coming out for the Hallmark Channel called Always a Bride, and I play the mother of the groom. And I'm also right now on the Guild. I don't know if you know about the Guild. It's a webisode series that was produced and created by Felicia Day, and she wrote a wonderful part for me, so I got a chance to do that. She did tell me that she was thinking of writing me for next year, so I'm hoping that will happen.
How much fun was the Guild?
It was great. It's very different working with someone who creates it from their love of writing and producing and directing, and working with fellow actors who are all there for the fun of it. I mean, nobody's making any money on it, kind of thing, and we're just there because we want to be there and have a good time. We don't all have separate dressing rooms. We're all sharing the same room to change clothes, and you know, and then every once in a while, Felicia will come in and go, all right, I need a funny line. Somebody got to come a funny line. Here's the setup. Okay, you guys are done. I'll just go write something smart. She's great.
Now, Battlestar Galactica. Buck Rogers. What was it like, and what was Gil Gerard like, and what was the experience like for you?
Well, it's interesting. Well, first of all, if you meet Gil, you will know him to be a charming, funny, good old boy from Arkansas who can't help himself, but you know, whatever you say to him, he'll make it into a double entendre or something. So obviously there was a lot of laughter and a lot of fun. I was a little more on the mysterious side, but he was always challenged by that. So I think later on I realized more how important my character was to a lot of young women. I loved the idea that I was playing a strong character, but it wasn't really until later that I really realized the impact that it had on an entire generation of men.
Could you ever, you know, just known it would just carry on like this through the years?
I did go to a psychic in 1976 who predicted the success of Buck Rogers. And when I went to see him, he said, you will do something of a different time here. I don't know if it's going to be the future or the past. He said, the first letter on the contract is going to have the letter M. You're going to argue with the producers about the color of your hair, and 30 years later, you'll be signing your name along. Who knew, right? So even when I did Buck Rogers, I remember when I signed the contract, and I thought, well, there's no M here. And then a year later, though, I was arguing with the producer about the color of my hair, and I went, wait a minute, okay, this is too weird. So I go home and I get out my contract, and then I realize on a diagonal is MCA, Universal, and that's where the M was. Isn't that cool? And here I am, 30 years later, signing my name. So it makes you kind of question, you know, what we don't know about the universe, and you know, certain people can tap into it and others can't. Pretty cool.
True. And then how did you make the jump, you know, from sci-fi, you know, going to a situational comedy like Silver Spoons, you know, which obviously had a really long staying power as well?
Yeah. Well, obviously as an actress, you know, your agent calls you up and says you have an audition to go. You know, it happened to be a comedy that I was auditioning for, and I'm not a comedian. I'm not normally a funny person, although some people tell me I'm funny, but it's not my normal thing. I'm good at the straight character. Actually, one of the funny things is that when I went up for the audition for Silver Spoons, I walked into this office and there were these 3 guys, and I said, okay, so where are the producers? And they said, we're the producers. I said, no. You can't be the producers. Where are the producers? And they're going, no, we're the producers. And the reason I was reacting that way was because these were 3 guys in torn blue jeans, slicked down hair, dirty tennis shoes, and I just kept laughing. I said, "There's no way you're the producers." They said, "Why are you laughing?" I said, "Because you guys look like the Three Stooges," and they loved that. I think that's what got me the job. I'm not sure, but I think, you know.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's great.
I come from New York, and to me, producers are guys in suits.
Right.
And the fact that these three guys, you couldn't have guessed, more bohemian, laid-back, casual than these three guys.
Oh my gosh. No, did you actually spend more time on Silver Spoons than you did with Buck Rogers?
Yeah.
Silver Spoons went, what, 8 years or something?
5 years.
Oh, for 5? Okay.
5 years. I mean, Buck Rogers was only 2.
It's amazing it was only 2 because the lasting legacy.
Because it did repeat a lot, whereas
Right.
Silver Spoons did not. You know, we did our 5 years, there weren't any repeats, it was gone.
Right.
But Buck Rogers repeated over and over and over again. And they would have all-day marathons, on just Buck Rogers episodes. So we picked up newer generations who watched it. So it was great.